Right, I'm starting a live broadcast because Tech Guru Kevin, obviously, has told more on Hels whereabouts the Go Live button is. They've hidden it right at the very, very, very bottom of the post. So you know when you put a post on, it comes up with add this, add that, tag this, tag that. If you scroll right to the very bottom, it's there, but my phone hadn't updated. Well, I hadn't updated it, but I've updated it now, so you can see it. So I don't know whether anybody is still around. You've probably all got bored and gone off and started doing gardening and stuff because it is a nice day here. I don't know if it is with you, but I'm just going to keep waffling. So I've got one person here. 3 people, yes, hello. Do drop a comment, please, so I know who's here. And if you did just withstand that hour in a room with me, it was quite fun actually. It was a Zoom room or a messenger chat room, which was odd, but it was also very nice because I got to see people's faces, which the drawback of a Facebook Live, you don't get to see anyone. Kevin's here. Thank you, Kevin, as ever. What would we do without you, love? Eh? We'd be lost, wouldn't we? So I do appreciate the help that you give me. Hiya, Yeda, you all right, love? Yeah, so for those of us just joining the live, an hour late. Am I an hour late? I don't know. What time is it? Because one clock says 2 and one clock says 3. I think it's about 3:10, isn't it? I was actually waffling away for an hour and I did make a card, but it was in a room. So, hiya, Sharon. Are you all right, love? Hope you're feeling better. And Yeda, how's your knee? How's your recovery coming along? Because I know that you've been struggling, haven't you? So I won't show you what my gammy toe looks like because it really is disgusting. It's manky. It's not pretty. I really wish I'd never had it done, you know. I went in a bit gung-ho. You know when you get told, oh, we'll be able to do this and it'll make it better and this, that and the other. And actually, I didn't really sit and think about it. I was told it'd be all right, and it's not. So I can see Debbie's here. Hiya, Debbie. Yeah, they're still struggling. Oh, bless you. Mind you, it's a hell of an operation. A knee replacement is massive. So I know that it's going to take you a wee while to get back on your feet, so to speak. Bear with just a second while I have a quick look at what is going on here, because hopefully I should be able to... Do you know what? Just don't give me technology because I'm useless. I should be able to see what I'm doing. Oh, there we are. Oh, Mary, bless you. Crazy Hell's Live with new format. Still, Hell's got there in the end. Oh, bless you, Mary. Thank you for joining in. I hope you're still here. Right, I can see what I'm doing there. There we go. That's all right, that is. I can, yeah, look. This is when you get bizarre. I'm looking at my laptop, looking at me, looking at... Yeah, okay. It's like that infinity, isn't it? And don't look at the mess in my room. I did the ironing to tidy up. I did, because it was pretty bad. All Graham's stuff, I hasten to add, because my stuff goes in the tumble dryer and comes straight out and then goes in my drawers because I'm lazy. Sharon, thank you for the hugs. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a bit of a time recently. What with my surgery and I just got the worst infection in the wound, and at one point I had a stitch that was that long, an inch long stitch sticking out at the top of the wound, and of course, because our doctor's surgeries are so amazing, it took a week to actually get to see them, by which time the infection had gone so deep that, not being graphic, but there was lots of stuff coming out of it and it really was rather disgusting. Hiya, Caroline. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so just to recap, those who are just joining, slightly later than planned because I've just done an hour in a chat room. Because who knows what goes on with me. But they've hidden the go live button. Now I know where it is. I'll be able to find it again. So let me show you what I did. This is what I did in the chat room. I made a card. There we go. So this is my original card. Excuse me. This is using the new Meadow Blooms, which we bobbed onto the website yesterday. So if you do want to recreate it, head over to craftywitches.co.uk. Meadow Dreams, sorry, it's called Meadow Dreams, and it really is just like a meadow. And what I've done is chop the top of the corner off, and then I've made my own insert and added one of those lovely sentiments. Forgot about my sticky stuff, so I've added a bit of fancy paper over the top, and just done some layering, added some butterflies on there. Yeah, I've just seen them. Thank you, Mary. I'm so sorry about that. Right, do you know what happened? Kevin decided he was going to do some cleaning, and I needed him. So what they've done is, normally where you've got the make a comment or whatever, or make a post, you'll have this thing and it'll say go live. So normally you click that and straight away you're live. They've hidden it right at the very bottom, but I have found it, as you can see, because I'm here. I bet, have you managed to do any crafting at all yet? Because I know what it was like the first few weeks after I had my toe done. I literally had to sit with my foot elevated. I wasn't allowed to do anything apart from just go to the loo. And it was so boring. My friend, bless her, she sent me a cross-stitch kit. I did that in a week, so I sent for another one. And I did that, so I'm now on my third one. And I've quite enjoyed doing it. Hiya, Claire, you all right, love? Yes, so for those of us just joining, slightly later than planned, there has been an hour already, so I'm getting a little bit dry, so I'm just going to have a quick sip, if you don't mind. It is just Diet Coke with a little bit of vanilla in it. So I had all my pages printed out so I could show you them, and it was all very, very pretty, and now they're all chopped up and chopped into. But I have got a second card that we can be doing, so let's have a look at what I've got left. There we go. Trying to tidy up as I go. Not quite got round to it. This here is the quilt that I made. Well, it's the quilt top actually. I made how long ago? Year ago. And it's a double, and I can't get it through my machine. So what I need to do is save my pennies and get it sent off to be quilted or whatever they do with it. You know when they do all the fancy sewing. Is that called quilting? I don't know. I only just do it. Oh, yeah, I can't sit in a normal chair. I have to have leg elevated. Oh, that's no good. Because what I did is I've got a squishy, it's like a big squishy pillow. So I put that on my puffy and then put my leg on that and then literally just sat there. Hiya, Jan, you found, yes, thank you, you found us. Hi, Yvonne, thank you for joining. Yeah, I have been here yakking away since 2 o'clock, but we were doing it in a secret room, which it was fun. But I couldn't see what I was doing because I couldn't get on the laptop to see what I'm doing, because what I have is my laptop there. So when I put the camera overhead, I can see whether or not it's in the right place. You see? Planning and all that. So let's talk about Meadow Dreams. So I'm going to show you some bits and bobs that I have been going choppy with. Let's just move forward and grab them. So I had cut out, or I had printed off, should I say, some bits and bobs, and it was all neat and lovely. So now I'm afraid you've got the offcuts. So topper sheets with a little bit missing from the top. Look at these gorgeous butterflies and the beautiful meadow flowers. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this collection so much. And you've got these lovely yellows and greens and lilacs in there. And look at these pretty papers. So there's the butterflies. And this one is even nicer. I love that one so much. It's like little sweet peas. Look at the state of my roots. I've just caught sight of myself on there. What are my roots doing? Honestly. I actually think, and I know Yeda will probably identify with this, when you go and have surgery and then you've literally just got to sit still and you're not allowed to do much, it's like 5 minutes ago it was January and now we're at the end of April and the in-between bit has just gone. I've kept myself busy. As I said, I've been doing my cross-stitching. I've managed to get to a few football games, thankfully. Kept me sane. I've been watching Brookside as well on STV Player. I've actually caught up with them. There's 75 episodes. Graham came in yesterday and he went, please don't tell me you've watched 75 of those already. I'm like, because literally I've just been sitting here on my Todd. Have we got anyone else joined us? Because I'm an hour late, obviously. Everyone's probably gone out, gone down the pub. So anyway, some more colours. You've got that beautiful green. Look at that. It's absolutely stunning. And then this lovely soft coral pink colour. So I've been using these two. I've also cut out some bows because I did a demo with bows the other day when I was on telly. And I did get a message from someone saying I went too quick, can I show it again? And I thought, do you know what, I will, because I do like a bow. I've got some leaves and I've got some flowers as well. I printed out 2 pages of those. Now, as you know, Head Witch Trouble, she's not well. She's not well at all. She's been on a deathbed all week, bless her. So I know that she's not here, which means that I can start spilling beans and she's not going to know about it, is she? So, just so happens that I have, look at all these. I got a little bit overzealous the other day. Normally what I do when I'm prepping for shows, I go through the whole collection and I'll go, right, I'll have that topper sheet and then I want that one because that's going to work with that. And I've got an idea in my mind of what I'm going to be making. With this collection that we've got coming out next Saturday on Yonder Hobby Maker, I think I've just printed practically everything. I just got a little bit carried away. So what I'll do is, because obviously you're not allowed to see it yet, if I just go, oh, I can't possibly tell you what it is. Oh, I'm looking away now. It's the full collection and it's called Blue Blooms and it is stunning. That is Saturday. It's Coronation Day. So I know without a shadow of a doubt that by the time you've watched Charlie Boy going up, being anointed and all that malarkey that they do, you'll want a bit of light relief from all the festivities. So instead of going out and drinking pims and eating fairy cakes, come and watch me on Hobby Maker with Blue Blooms. Yeah. Anyway, any news? Anybody got any news? Let me do this, see if I can just make you go a little bit. That's better. So I feel like I'm looking up. I'm getting a pain in the neck. This is going to fall forward now. I'm going to plug you back in so my battery don't run out, because the battery on this phone isn't what it should be. And then I'm going to tighten up this. Oh no, I'm going, what is it? Righty-tighty. Yeah, righty-tighty, isn't it? There we go. That's better. There we go. Right, so you still with me? Oh, you'll have to excuse me because when I went to see the consultant a couple of weeks ago, he said that it's looking likely that the operation has failed. My fake joint hasn't worked. So what they want to do now is chop it off. No, they don't really. What they want to do is fuse it. So that's something that I'm probably going to have done, which is a bit of a pain in the bum because they don't want it doing. Wish I'd never had this done, to be honest, because I can't walk properly. But what I can do is wiggle my toe now, which I couldn't do before. So I know there's some movement in it. Kevin's saying, breaking news, he did the hoovering today. That's unbelievable. Hiya, Jackie. All right. How you doing? How's your book going, Jackie? Because I know you said you're making a book for your brother. Sorry if there's been any confusion at all for anyone who's just joining. I couldn't find the go live option because they've hidden it right down at the bottom of the post. So instead I created a room, and it was quite fun because I did get to see quite a few people's faces, which I don't normally do. But the drawback of that is that I couldn't actually see what you could see by the time I'd flipped my phone over. So you're getting there, Jackie. I hope you're going to be showing us some photographs of this work of art. Right. Oh, yeah, Dad, thank you. Sorry to hear that. I hope you can get it sorted. Yeah, I got a letter through saying, can you come in on the 13th of June? I'd love to, but it's a long flight from where I'll be because I'm going to be on with Jollies. And also it's my birthday. And then they sent me another letter saying, oh, come in on the 17th of October. So I phoned them up and I was actually in tears and said I can't wait until the 17th of October. So now I'm going on the 18th of July. And hopefully the infection that I had, hopefully that's just caused a bit of a setback with the recovery. And for 3 consecutive days, I've been able to walk to the farm and back, which is 3 miles. So I was really happy about that. Put my trainers on this morning, literally not even a mile. I had to turn around and come back because it's not only my toe that's really sore, it's hurting my left knee and my left hip because I'm not walking properly. And when I'm walking, all my weight's going down the outside of my foot, which is making it really sore. So I thought best thing to do is go home, which is a bit disappointing because I need to get me walking back, so I need to lose some weight. Do you know what? Sitting on my backside for 3 months, I've gained a stone. And I tried on all my holiday clothes the other day, and they're all really tight. And I think my shorts are so tight that if I bent over, they'd probably go rip. So I'm on a mad diet now, so I'm eating porridge and fruit and salad. But it is what it is. I can't change it. Like I said, at least I've got a little bit of movement back in the toe now, which before I didn't. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, like the surgeon said, it could just be a setback, but I've got a feeling that it's not. You know when you know your own body, don't you? So Jackie's saying, sorry to hear it's not going well with the toes. Sometimes the fusion can be the best option. Yeah, that's what he said. He said because of my age, he didn't want to go straight to the fusion because the fusion, they've got to put the toe in a weird position, which can be a little bit ugly and difficult for shoes as well. So we'll see what happens. What? Alistair, hello Alistair love. Now Alistair, your friend Grace, it just went, oh, broadcast paused, not quite sure why. Yeah, just saying she hasn't got her appetite back after the op, that she needed to lose weight. Do you know what? I really wish I'd lost mine as well, because sometimes, because you're just sitting there doing nothing, you can, yeah. And also, when you're sitting there doing nothing and then someone brings you a nice donut, you're going to eat it, aren't you? Because it's going to make you feel happier, which it shouldn't do. Because a bowl of salad or a donut, I mean, what are you going to or a sausage roll? I had a sausage roll the other week. In fact, I had 2 on consecutive days. I don't know what's going on here, so I'm just going to close that. There we go. I'm back. So has Grace got over eating the cat food cake? Because that was absolutely hilarious. The fact that you even thought that I could bake a cake, let alone decorate it in such a manner. I'm quite honoured. I did do a little bit of baking actually the other week. I made some millionaire shortbread and it was lush. And it was in a massive big tin. The tin is so big that I can't even show you. It's probably, 40 inches by 20 inches, this tin. And I thought I'll make it, I'll chop it up. We'll freeze half of it because it freezes really well. Instead, it lasted less than a week. So, and then I'm going, oh, I've put a stone on. I'm not surprised because I turned into Porky Pig. When he put me a new joint in, and he also removed my, what is it? What's the word? Control. My self-control feature. So, what else? Anyway, what has everybody been up to? Because I feel like I've been away for ages. And I know I haven't, but it feels like I said earlier, we started off in January and now we're nearly in May. It's May on Monday, isn't it? 1st of May on Monday. Can't believe it. Where's the time gone? Right, anyway, as I said earlier, those of you who just recently joined, in the chat room that I created, because I couldn't find the go live button, I made this. So I have actually been doing something. There we go. So it's a nice little 6x6 card. Chopped the top off, added some layers, made my own little insert. Jan's saying maybe Grace is able to offer a foot massage to earn a few bob. Thank you, Alistair. It's nice to be back. Jan, I could bear my left foot being touched, but my right foot, absolutely not. Because I can't even bear anything touching it. I'm living in flip-flops. And I've got some slip-ons that I can wear for driving. And I've got my trainers. I've got one pair of trainers that I can shove my trotters into. Nothing else fits. Oh, my lovely boots. Never told me about that, did they? They never said. They never warned me. Right, shall we have a look at what we're doing? So that was the card that I've just done. And then I did say that I was going to do another. We've got a 5x7 card. And what I think I'm going to do is, I'm winging it as usual. I thought we'll do the craft along. I'm just going to do a little bit of a collage because obviously we're running out of time now, aren't we? Because I don't want to keep you all hanging on forever and ever. So shall I do that flippy thing where everything goes backwards for you, because it's really professional? Because I still haven't figured out if there is a way of, oh, there is. There's a way of turning the camera around. Now, would that mean that I'd have to take my phone out and turn that around as well? It probably would, wouldn't it? You see, I can't think technical things. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Just do a flip. Like this. Look. Whee. And then I can then use my laptop to make sure I can see that we're in the right position. Are we in the right position? Is that about right? I reckon. See, why can't I see any comments? You see, before I could see comments. What's happening? What's that? Hide comments. Did I want to hide comments? No. Here we are. I got the comments. See, just never ever task me to do anything to do with computers or technicals, anything like that. Right, so I'm too far over this side, aren't I? Yeah. So if I move, how's that? Is that better? What about if I move that there and then move that over? We'll have a little bit of a wiggle. Is that better? Yeah. Is that all right? Oh, no, we're on a wonky angle. What's Alistair said? Who does your nails? Me. I do my nails. These are my actual nails. I don't have any of that stuff put on them. Look, they're naturally, they're a little bit like claws, so that's why I have to shape them. No, I've just got like clear nail varnish on with a little bit of glitter on the tips, just to make them look pretty and sparkly. Would be quite nice if I could have like red nail varnish on or something, but not on the telly, obviously. But clear, if you put clear on and then you go over the edges, it doesn't matter because you can't see it. But if I was putting red nail varnish on it, it'd be all over the gaff. It'd look like there'd been a murder. Alice is saying, well, Joe. Brazil nuts, darling. Brazil nuts. And you know those really hard jelly sweets called sports mixtures? They've got gelatin in them. They are really, really good for nails. Don't you know? So on walnuts as well. Brazil nuts, walnuts and gelatine, like really hard jelly sweets. I'm not so sure about the sports mixtures. That's just my addiction and I can't stop eating them because I'm a greedy fat pig. But I do eat a few of them. It's something like midget gems or something like that. My grandma always used to say, she always had lovely nails. She didn't say that. She always used to say Brazil nuts because they've got a source of something or other in them. Can't remember what it was. something or others. Right. So I've got some of this gorgeous, beautiful green card, and I'm going to do that as my first mat. Remember, this is the 5x7 tent fold, but you could have a landscape card if you wanted to, but I do like a tent fold. I think it's probably one of my favourite shapes of cards to do. And also you can score in the middle. I was having a little play earlier. If you score in the middle and then fold, you can actually, you could get one that's like that, and then you could put like a thing. That's really, oh, I'm so horrible. I'm really, my brain's not with it. It's because I've not been talking to real people. I've literally been talking to Graham, obviously he's a real person, and cats. That's been it for 3 months. You'll have to bear with. Debbie says, my gran used to say a cube of, yeah, my grandma used to say that as well, a cube of jelly, because of the gelatin in it. It's really good for your nails. Don't you know? Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to make, I'm just making sure that I've got this in the right place. If I move it over a bit, there we go. And then a little pencil mark there and there. And then I can cut this. So this will be my first mat on my card. And from there on, I can start to build things up. So I'll cut that down to size, like so. And that's going to be the bit that goes in there. And then I've got these lovely papers. So what I want to do with this is cut that one around about there, and I've got my little border on it as well, so I'll just do a little snippet. And oh, that's the other thing as well, apologies, but because I use my forward facing camera so I can talk to you, when I do it like an overhead, it's all backwards, so just you'll have to flip it over in your mind. There we go. So that I'm going to put about there. And then this one, how big's that bit there that I've got left over? Well, would you know, that's just about the right size. This is why I always have loads of scraps of paper everywhere, because they come in handy. Let me just get rid of that little border. So don't need that. Get rid of the border. There we go. And then that I'm going to pop about there, and I have got some of that pink left as well, so I can start to use that. Bring that in, just chop it down a little bit, give it a chop, and we can tuck that in there. This is why I absolutely love having all my little offcuts of all my fancy papers, because I love to make cards that are not just straight away matting and layering, blah de blah. Oh, Donovan, you're here, lovely. Afternoon all, sorry a bit late, been transplanting my broad beans, ready to go up the allotment. How fabulous. Do you know what, I do love a broad bean in a soup or a stew. They give it that lovely earthy texture, don't they? See, it's again, folks, straight back to food. Always talking about food. What's your favourite soup? Tell me do. What's your favourite soup, everyone? Mine is butternut squash and carrot with lots of pepper. I make it myself, you see. But only occasionally, because last time Grace came in, she started causing an awful lot of trouble with cleaning stuff. And I mean, I can't afford her all the time because she's really expensive, but flipping heck, she does a good job cleaning. She does stand around nattering quite a lot, but she's a good old girl. Right, Alice does Scotch broth. Oh, do you know what? I've not had Scotch broth for years. Sharon likes lentil soup. Sharon should like Scotch broth because Sharon is a Scottie. What's that one that's got the little bits of, you know, the little ricey bits? What they're called? It's got a special name. It's like a tiny little pasta that's about that big. Sharon's saying Grace needs to come here and clean. Yeda's saying broccoli and Stilton, yum. I'm not that fussed for that, you know, because I'm not really, I don't really like Stilton. I know, heathen, I am, self-admitted. Chicken noodle soup, that's one of Graham's favourites, is that. I did actually make him some chicken soup. And he did eat it all, bless him. He had to have a couple of days off work afterwards, so I'm not quite sure why, but no, he didn't really. Before I went into hospital, I came over all culinary goddess and I started making stuff to pop in the freezer. Because I thought, well, it's, you know, it's a long time until I'll be able to stand and cook. Probably, it was about 6 weeks. So I made a huge casserole with some cobblers and froze that, and some bolognese sauce and soups and stuff. So I had a day batch making stuff. I'm going to have to be careful though, because I'm going to get a reputation as somebody who actually does cooking and stuff like that, which doesn't happen very often in this house. But, and do you know what? Whenever Grace is on, whenever she's snuck into Alistair's gaff and she's doing one of those sales, I'm always cooking tea. And the other night, I was so absorbed with what she was doing and what she was selling, I forgot about my sausages and I burnt them. Only on one side, mind, but I burnt them. So when I served them to my darling husband, I actually turned them upside down so he couldn't see the burnt bits. Do you think that's a bad thing to do? She's naughty. Right, so that's one of the toppers that I've used. Also, that's it, Mary. I knew that it was called something like that. Couldn't remember what it was called. Told you, been talking to 2 cats for 3 months. I'm literally fluent in cat language. I can meow in all different strains now and they know what I mean. Grace is taking bookings. Yeah, like I said, she's not cheap, but she's worth it. She knows how to get stains out, doesn't she? But like I said, I'm a little bit scared to use my oven now because after she cleaned it and she told me off, because apparently, I didn't know, but ovens are supposed to get cleaned regularly. I didn't know that. I thought that mine actually does say that it self-cleans, but I've seen no evidence of it. I don't know whether there's a button or something that I need to push. All this talk of food is making me hungry. Today I have had porridge made with half milk, half water, an apple and 13 grapes. It's all right, you can all go, oh, you poor thing. Or you could all say, well, it serves you right for sitting on your backside for 3 months eating donuts and sausage rolls. There we go. I don't want any problems while I'm on holiday. Because you know what it's like when you go to an all-inclusive and you get there and your clothes fit. And on the plane on the way home, you're trying to wear the loosest possible clothing because they don't fit anymore. Well, I don't want to get there with already too tight clothes, do I? Right then, I'm going to use, I need a sentiment, don't I? I'm going to use happy birthday. So I'll chop into, have I got that kicking about anywhere here from before? No. So what I'm going to do is grab that and then cut this one out. There we go. Just line that up and cut. And then I'm going to cut that one. And then I can cut down there like that. And then that one. And then another little bit of white card just to give it that bit of definition. So we'll pop that one in there. And that one in there. Yeah, did any of you watch Grace the other night when she was judging the cake competition? I'm telling you, I was robbed. That Kim Sullivan, she bought that cake from the Aldi with a couple of plums and a banana. I'm telling you, she did not make that cake. And I should have won because Grace said that mine tasted the nicest. There you go. Right, that can go around about there. And then this is where I can start to get all my bits and bobs. What's the... Alice is saying those papers would make fab wedding invites. They would, wouldn't they? Especially this one. There's not much left of it now. But look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like a wildflower meadow with the... Well, it is. It's Meadow Dreams, isn't it? But there's the little wild sweet peas, which are absolutely beautiful. I just love the colours so much. And then this one, you've got these beautiful butterflies. And don't forget that because these are digital files, when you open it up with Adobe, you can do the snapshot. You can make them larger or you can make them smaller. So, I know I'm not supposed to be showing you this, but Head Witch Trouble isn't here to tell me off. I can show you what I did with Blue Blooms. Right. Okay. Are you ready? That is beautiful Blue Blooms. One of the papers. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that adorable? And then I did a snapshot and literally grabbed about that much and then printed it to fit on the page. And it comes out like that. And you can see, because of the quality of the PDFs, there's no pixelation. You're keeping all of that beautiful fine detail in there. So now I've got a page with huge butterflies on, which I could use for embellishments, or that could be the background layer, and then you could have that smaller layer in there. Isn't it fabulous? But like I said, you have not seen that, have you? You haven't seen any of this collection that's called Blue Blooms that's on next Saturday on Yonder Hobby Maker. And I'm not showing it. Oh, look what I've done there. That's going to be a demo. I'm not showing you any of this. Look at the crane. Isn't he just beautiful? I think you are all going to absolutely love this. Look at that. But, of course, you've not seen it, have you? No, Hels. You've not shown us anything. No. Because, like I said, I'm already on a verbal. I don't want to be on a written as well. Jenny's saying, the button on my cooker is hubby. Yeah, you've got him trained up well then, haven't you? I don't think I'd dare be so cheeky, because there's always that, well, you could do it yourself if you wanted to. Right, so bows. Let's chop out a bow. That's the other thing about these lovely collections. You've got all of these extras that all match in perfectly. So you've got the greens there, but I wanted to use this cream bow in particular because it matches perfectly with that little butterfly. So I know a lot of you know how to make these bows, but I did get a message off a lady following the shows last week saying, I love how you made the bow, but you went a bit too quick. Can you show us again a bit more slowly? So I'm going to show you again a bit more slowly. So 3 components to the bow. You've got the pointy bit, the curvy bit, and the straight bit. That's how I remember it. And then I'm going to chop straight down because you need that little straight bit. And then chop down there like so. And then snip and snip. So we'll get rid of those little bits. There we go. And then this, I'll cut this out with my smaller scissors because I've got more control. With those large ones, they're lethal. And I'm only just allowed to use sharp things again after last time. Right. Let's go like that. And then we've got another one to snip up like so. And if you're thinking, I love that kit. What is that kit? It's Meadow Dreams. It's on the Crafty Witches website, so that's craftywitches.co.uk. It's our latest one. It literally went live yesterday, and it's 30 pages. So you've got your papers, your decorative papers, your solid colours, the 4 topper sheets. So you've got your circles, your squares, you've got bows, leaves, you've got your florals, inserts. So there's a proper big amount of stuff to be playing with, and it's £4.99. So of course, if you are a member of our Coven Club, it works out cheap. I can't remember what the percentage is, and I can't do maths while I'm operating a pair of sharp scissors. So if you're in the Coven Club, you'll know how much it is, won't you? Oh, thank you, Kevin. Kevin's put a link on there for you. It's like as if by magic, isn't it? He's on the ball. Uh-oh. Right. Alistair said, an idea, need to ring Head Witch. Alistair, don't you dare tell her that I showed them blue blooms, because I'm on a verbal already. Kim, hello. You're not late, love, actually. There's been a bit of a do, because I couldn't find the go live button, because they've kindly hidden it right at the very bottom of the post, and I couldn't find it. So the first hour was actually in a room, and there were a few of us in there. Alistair's saying, wow, that's fantastic value. Isn't it just, Alistair? So you've got 30 pages of beautiful designs. And I say this, how many times do I have to say this? It's digital. So that means that within the parameters of Adobe, or if you use Foxit or whatever, you can change the size of the pages. So, where's that one that I showed you? Oh, yeah. So obviously, this could be any old kit, couldn't it? It doesn't have to be Blue Blooms, which is launching next week. But let me show you this. That, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I enlarged it to 160%. So that is an 8x8 card front. And then, because I can, because it's digital, I printed it out lots of times, 5 times in fact. So then what I can do, and this is the plan, I can start to layer it. So that'd be 1 layer, then that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. What do you think? That's the beauty of having digital crafting, and the fact that when you print it out, you can print it out actual size. But if you wanted that to go onto a 4x4 card, you can isolate that with a snapshot tool and reduce that in size as well. This is the beauty. I love a paper kit, don't get me wrong, you know I love my papers, but once they're gone, they're gone. And you haven't got that option to keep going and using loads and loads of layers, have you? I'll tell you what I can show you. I'm allowed to show you this because it's already been on. Right, this was from, oops, it's all right, I've not broken anything. That was just my paper trimmer falling over. And I've got a plastic mat underneath my chair because I'm messy apparently, so we don't get the carpet all mucky. Right, so this was Butterfly Dreams. This is one of the samples that I made. So I took one of the toppers and enlarged it to 150%, which fits on a 7x7 card. And then I printed it out several times, so I could then cut out that butterfly and layer it up. So look at the depth on the butterfly. Look how beautiful that is. And if you make and sell your own cards, pop that with an envelope. You could even do a decorative envelope. How much are you gonna charge for that? It's gonna be at least a £5, isn't it? Or instead, pop it into a little shadow box, and then you've got home decor. And it was the same again with this one. I think this is one of the demos that I did on the show. I printed this one out 5 times, I believe. So you've got that base one, and then you've got, look at all these layers. Isn't it just adorable? I'm missing some comments here. Let me have a little look-see. That's what happens, you see. I go off at a tangent because I get so excited about stuff. Oh, Alice is saying all good things, don't worry. I really hope you didn't tell her about Blue Blooms. Yeda is saying she used a company called Extreme Home Care to clean her oven. Oh, that sounds quite good. Marie's saying, I forgot, sorry, sat in the garden crotcheting my coronation blanket. That's fine, Marie. We've had a bit of a do, but we're here now. We were late arriving here. Yeda saying, love that butterfly card. The butterflies are beautiful, aren't they? Now available on the website as well, the Butterfly Dreams. It's part of the Book of Spells, Volume 4. Mary's got to go. Visitors have arrived. Thank you, Mary, for joining us for both of them. And I absolutely love what you made. Kevin has just put on how to resize and use the snapshot tool on YouTube, so that's great. And those butterflies cards are lovely, says Kim. Thank you. Do you know what? I said it when we were doing the show. That has got to be my favouriteest kit ever, ever, ever. It is gorgeous, isn't it? Right, shall we make this bow? I think this is probably taken the longest bow ever. Right, so I've cut them out. Using my poker tool and my heat from my thumb, I'm just going like that. And what I'm doing is curving and stretching those paper fibres so they actually want to go in the direction that they should be going. So don't forget, you're not curling ribbons, so you don't need to go mad, just very gently. And hold on to that bit in the middle as well, because that's your fragile bit. And then that is going to stick together like that. So what I want to do is grab a bit of glue. And I'll pop a bit into the centre. And then hold that in place. Now, usually I have my trusty tweezers, just to make sure that this is stuck properly. So I'll give that a little squidge, and then that one. So that is, whoops, it's come off. That's the base of the bow. That's like your frilly bit that we're doing. There we go. And then I've got this bit. So you can leave that bit flat if you want to, and it can stick on there. Or you can do like what I do. And just add a little curl there and there, and then flatten that bit out. So I'm actually making it more 3D, and then give that a little wiggle, and it just stretches your paper fibres. Then bit of glue in the middle bit, and this is where my trusty tweezers come in handy, because I can hold this together like that. Saves fat fingers getting in the way. There we go. And then this bit. What I do is I'll use my tweezers or my poker tool or whatever I've got to hand, and I just give it a little curve. Oh, got some more comments. Oh, here we go. So happy to catch you live. Wonderful prints. Thank you, Barbara. Alice is saying, some of the shop cards I buy cost £6 plus. I think I might get into paper crafting. Alistair, you need to. Seriously. Because not only because they're digital files, this will interest you. Not only can you print onto paper, but where is it? There it is. You can also print onto fabric, like what I did on this one. So it's the little cushion that I made, and this is fabric, so these are like digital prints. How fabulous is that? That's the benefit. Anything that will go through your printer, it's there, it'll go. Right, so who else have we got? I made first cards since Christmas last week, been ill, and then decorated my craft room in that order. Really enjoyed making the ribbon tent cards. Oh, Kim, I saw those. You popped those on, didn't you? They look fabulous. Sorry you've been poorly. Hope you're better now. Elizabeth, sorry I'm late. Don't worry, we've had a to-do. We were all late. Alice is saying, wow. Hang on a minute. Well, you're not going to see me going anywhere anyway, are you? Because you can't see me. I could actually walk out, make myself a cup of tea and carry on chatting. You wouldn't know. But, oh, why is it when you get to a certain age, when you sit down, you make a funny noise? There, look. fabric, printed fabric with butterflies. So this butterfly paper, just print it onto fabric, and then you can go and make whatever you wish. And of course, if you wanted to enlarge any of the images, I don't know where that lovely little thing is that I made. Where is it? Oh, there it is. This one I especially like. It's got buzzy bees on it, and then some of the essential papers. So it's not just the papers that you need to print. You can print absolutely anything you want. Any of those digital files you can print onto fabric, and then you can make like zippy pouchy things. And of course, because Crafty Witches have got that generous angel policy, you can sell these as well. So you could have the bag and maybe a little purse to go with it, a phone holder, a glasses case, a card, anything, all matching. Pop it together in some nice packaging and sell it. There you go. Make some money back. Right. Should we get back to this bow? See how easily distracted I am. May I ask what fabric, please? Okay, so the fabric that I've been using, I've been getting on yonder Amazon. It's gone up in price, and I don't know if it's gone up because I've been buying quite a lot of it. So they thought, aha, she's a mug, we'll get that off her, or if it's just gone up. But it's really good stuff to be printing with. You can also buy, I think it was eBay, I got some waterproof fabric and made some little wash bags. They're really cute. But somebody said to me, if you buy some Reynolds freezer paper and get some calico or just some plain cotton, you can iron the cotton onto the freezer paper, and that will act as a carrier to run through your printer. So I tried it, and by Jove, it worked. You've got to be quick, but it does work. So there's the bow anyway. That's how easy it is. So you literally, bit of glue on that middle bit, fold it over. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, I'm enjoying watching you this afternoon, and at the same time I've got one eye on the footy scores. I'm very happy as my team is 4-0 up at the end of the first half. Who's your team, Yedda? Do tell. Who's playing? I don't know what the scores are today. We're not playing till Monday. We've got Blackburn away on Monday, so we have our tickets. We will be traversing the miles to get to Blackburn. Right. We've got some flowers as well. Should we do some flowers? Should we go choppy? I just love the fact that the leaves are all different patterns as well. This is what you get with Crafty Witches. You know that not excuse me, not only have you got me yapping away in the background for you, but you've got Linda, who I've never met anyone quite like Linda. Don't tell her I said this, right? But the ideas that she comes up with astound me. And then you've got Becky, the designer, who I've never seen anybody come up with designs like Becky does. She's so clever. The pair of them are formidable. So, of course, then they said, would you want to come and do some demonstrating for us? I was like, didn't need asking twice, could tell you that much. And look at these beautiful designs that you get. I love these flowers. So I've got my big scissors out again because I'm actually going to cut them out. I'm going to layer them up. Sorry, I've just knocked that, haven't I? Sorry about that. I tell you what I'm going to do. Back on there. You're back. Are we back? It's been restored. Yeah. Don't know what happened, but I am going to... Oh, I look like that fella off a Red Dwarf, didn't I? Right. Is that better? Do you know what it was? It was an Amazon notification. It took the internet out, stupid thing. Right, I'm back. Hello, Shania, I hope you're doing all right, love, because I know you had surgery yesterday. Yeah, at Brighton, they're playing Wolves. Oh, well done, Brighton. Jackie's saying she keep losing me. Yeah, I've actually, I hope you can see me. It doesn't look like you can. It looks like it's gone all... Oh, yeah, there it is. Am I back? Hello. Let's turn it around. I can see what's going on then. Am I back? Can you see me? Ooh, don't want to see that. That's a little bit close. Yay, I'm back. Hello. Right, I'll sit actually. Oh, because I can put my leg up. Oh, put my dodgy toe up there. Right, because I can cut out whilst I'm looking at you, can't I? And do you know what we're saying? I never cut out right down to that bottom bit there because I like to scrunch these up. And if you go to the bottom bit, it can get a little bit fragile. Yes, it can. So I'm just going to cut these out. Whilst I'm chopping, for those of you who've just recently joined, I was saying earlier, what's your favourite soup? Because as you can tell, whenever I'm hungry, I talk about food a lot, and I am really, really hungry. In fact, I could be thirsty because I haven't really had much to drink. So I'll have a drink. Hold on a second. See, the thing is, our Grace, she's dead posh. She puts her gin into a cup with a straw, whereas I tend to just decant mine into a can of Diet Coke, so people just think I'm drinking Diet Coke. That's not true. I don't drink. Right, so I've cut out some of these little flowers and I'm going to make a little floral embellishment. So just follow the lines around. It's really, really simple. The fact also that these are all colour coordinated as well, so they all match perfectly. Have I got any more? Oh, we've got some comments. Leek potato and tomato, Heinz tomato soup. Don't you just think that Heinz tomato soup is the biggest comfort food? That, Heinz tomato soup with some crusty bread, toasted with butter and Marmite. Yum. Jackie's saying the kits are also lovely. They are, aren't they, Jackie? They're absolutely beautiful. It is difficult sometimes to choose a favourite, but like I said, the Butterfly Dreams, I think that's going to be my all-time favourite because I love butterflies, but I also love all the colours as well. The colours are just unbelievable. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, now I know that you're all back. Oh, we got another one for Scotch broth now. Who was it earlier? I think it was Alistair that said he likes Scotch broth. Veg with a tin of corned beef and dumplings. Ooh, game changer. Not tried that. I love Marmite too. Yeah, I know that is that thing, isn't it? Yeah, I love it or hate it. Marmite is my comfort food. So after I had my operation on my poorly toe, not my bunions, which Grace said, no, I had a joint replacement on my big toe. After my operation, when I came home, Graham said to me, what would you like to eat? And I went, toasted Marmite, please. So I had toasted Marmite and a cup of coffee and some cheesy Wotsits because they're kind of my favourite. Lynn's saying tomato soup poured over proper homemade chips. Oh, now I've not tried that, but I quite like that. Shania's saying, I'm veggie, so no meat, fish. I adore Marmite. It's amazing on roast potatoes. It is, isn't it? Now, there's a lady that I follow. She's quite a good cook. And she makes the most amazing meals. And her roast potatoes, she put a photograph of these roast potatoes on. It was like, what kind of devilry is this? Because they were all crispy and fluffy, but they'd got like charred bits on them. She said, Marmite. You see, look, Elizabeth straight away, yuck. That's the thing with Marmite, isn't it? Love it or hate it. Have you ever tried Vegemite? I've tried Vegemite. It's a poor relation. It really is. You've got to feel sorry for the Aussies. That's all they've got. You see, cheese and Marmite, cream cheese and Marmite on toast. That's another comfort, isn't it? Keep talking about food, please, because it's kind of filling me up a little bit. And I'm not thinking about the fact that I am hungry. But what I've done, quite cunningly, is my shorts, which are slightly tight. Okay, they're really tight. I've put them over the ironing board, so every morning when I walk past, I'm going to see them there, which is going to remind me not to go downstairs and shovel loads of bad stuff into my chops. Jenny's saying she's just had a ham and crisp sandwich, mandarin orange, and will follow with 2 little apple pies. I'm not leaving you at the moment. Don't leave me, please don't leave me after telling me you've had a ham and crisp sandwich. What flavour crisps? In my opinion, cheese and onion crisps are the king of the sandwiches. They're the best ones. If you have a tiny bit of butter, then a bit of Marmite, so the butter is merely there to stop the Marmite from tearing the bread. Then some cream cheese, Dairy or Laughing Cow usually, cheese and onion crisps, butter, bread, sorted. Best sandwich ever. Marie's saying semolina and Marmite on roast potatoes. Stop it. No, carry on, please do. It's like, you know, people when they give up smoking, they go and stand next to someone who's smoking because they want that smell. Well, I want you just to tell me what you've been eating. Because I did so well last year. I did lose a lot of flabbage. And most of it, I have to say, was because I was watching what I was eating, but it was all the walking. Well, of course, I can't do the walking, can I? Because I'm a gammy toe. Difficult to get Marmite in the US. My mother loves it. I buy whenever I can find for her. I do not like it. It's the food my mother misses the most from childhood. Oh, get someone to send you some. Jenny's saying she's having plain crisps. Try cheese and onion. They're the best. Don't like Vegemite. It's vile. Tried in Oz. My cousin was addicted, but it's not nice. No, it's not, is it? By the way, who was it that said she was having little apple pies? I've gone too far. There we are. Who was it? Jenny. These apple pies. When you say little, how little? Like little or little? Do tell. My favourite sandwich, crusty stick. Cream cheese, dates, black grape and walnuts. Now, you're just getting daft now. Putting grapes in a butty. Shania, what's going on? Although, I might try it. Lamb and mint crisps. Can you still get those? Because I know Walker's did them for a while and then they stopped, didn't they? They were nice. You see, Walker's beef and onion were my absolute favourite crisps. I loved them so much. And they stopped them because they're beasts. And then, lo, on the shopping shelves, I see Walker's beef and onion. Got very, very excited. Didn't taste anything like beef and onion crisps. So, beefy ones now, if you want that nice beefy flavour. Roast beef Monster Munch. You can thank me later. They're very nice. And they're suitable for vegetarians, roast beef Monster Munch, believe it or not. Marks and Spencer's years ago and Hooked. Okay. You see, next you'll be telling me you're buying stuff from Waitrose. I mean, come along now. You're talking to someone who shops in the Aldi and the Lidls. But I do like a nice crusty bread. See? Crusty bread with, when you bite into it, so you take a bite, you put butter in the bite marks. Which is why I ended up having to lose a load of weight. There you go. This is it, you'll see. Right, what's that? Little in a packet of 6, 2 allowed today. So they're like little Mr. Kipling ones, that kind of one. Oh, Elizabeth, they've just been released again for the Coronation Limited Edition. Thank you for telling me that. Are we talking Walkers? I might have to hot trot off down to the shop to see if I can get some of those because they were really nice. Got my words all muddled then. Right, I'm going to flip you over so you can see what I'm doing. All this talk of food. Honestly, what are we like? Let me make sure I've got you all in the right position. There we go. We're in the right position. Yes, Walkers. Brilliant. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be going looking for the crisps. Right. Yeah, when I said I crunch up my petals. Now, what you can do is just layer up your petals. So you've got a pretty little floral embellishment. And that looks nice, doesn't it? Am I in the wrong place? Where am I doing? I'm in the wrong place. I've gone the wrong way. Told you, don't give me technology because I'm rubbish. That better? Can you see what I'm doing? Right, so that would be a nice little embellishment. However, if you hold on to the centre, because that's your fragile bit, and just pinch like that, and add some crunchy bits into the petals. And I know a lot of you are going, oh no, I couldn't do that. I can't scrunch it up. It actually makes it look kind of 3D, and I think it looks nice. Try It's Yum. I'm Aldi and Tesco most of the time. Not been in Marks since the 1900s? Shania, how old are you, darling? Dried mint on cheese on toast. Not tried that. Can't see your hand cells. I know, I'm sorry, Maddie. So they're leaving me with this technology stuff. What do you expect? Wensleydale cheese with blackcurrant jam sandwiches are lovely. Now, my husband has cheese and jam sandwiches, and I think it's abhorrent. But each to their own. However, have you ever tried peanut butter and honey together? Crunchy peanut butter and some runny honey. That is very nice. And you know, sometimes when you eat peanut butter, it's a bit, makes you a bit claggy. With a bit of honey on it, it doesn't. It moistens it. Apologies if that's a trigger word and no one likes that word. I don't mind it. Shania's saying it's only 23 years since the 1900s. You mean 1990s, love? Look, I'm going to let you off because I know that you've got a dodgy eye after your operation yesterday. Was it yesterday you had it or the day before? I know it was recent. Mind you, it could be. I mean, it could be, couldn't it, that we're actually on a second lifetime now. Could be we've been here before. You see, I always used to have this fancy that I'd been around in Tudor times. Only because I'd like to wear all the frocks and the hats and everything, the hoods and that. My husband's right, they are delicious. You see, I'm not going to tell him he's right. He'll start getting ideas, won't he? Shania's saying Thursday. I thought it was Thursday. Like I said, I've literally had my husband and 2 cats to talk to for 3 months. So goodness knows what's coming out of my mouth at the moment. Right, there we go. Look how different that looks. Just by giving it a little pinch. So just hold it in the centre. So you're just kind of shoring it up a little bit. And fortuitously, I have a button on my desk. So I can bring that in. And it's that perfect colour as well. I can add a bit of glue to said button. And we'll stick that down. Like that. Right. Final touches. Let's have a couple of leaves. I'm gonna go straight to the green ones. Like so. I'm just gonna do 2. So I'm gonna cut those out. Do you know what I do sometimes as well? When I download my collections and start printing them out, I get a little zippy bag and I'll sit one evening with a cuppa and the telly on in the background. Oh, that reminds me. Have you been watching I'm a Celebrity South Africa? I love that programme. I absolutely love Ant and Dec. I think they're brilliant. But I haven't watched last night's, so I know that 2 people have gone, but I don't know who. But I've got an idea, but don't tell me. Right. Shania's saying, before 2000 was 1900s. No, it was the 1990s. The 1900s is like 1900 to 1910 and so on, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you mean, do you mean the 90s? It doesn't matter anyway, does it? Right. I'm going to give these a crunch. Little crunch, crunch. Oh, can you imagine if you wanted to get a little bit grungy, you could go in with a nail file. And the little top bits would be... I've got one somewhere. There it is. You could go in and just take off some of that ink. So you could go all vintage, shabby chic. I have to be careful when I say that when I'm on the telly, that I don't say something rude. That's probably a really annoying noise as well, so I shall stop. Right, let's get this together. Are you allowed to be looking at monitors, Shania? I'm assuming you are. You've just got to be a bit careful, haven't you? That's the thing with your peepers. You've got to be so careful with them. Right. So that's my first layer. And if it wasn't such an annoying noise, I'd go around the edge and just take off the ink. But it's a really annoying noise when it's on camera, so I'm not going to do it. So there's my next layers. This is a really good way of just using up your offcuts, your bits and bobs that hang around. What I'm going to do with that one is pop some glue onto it, and then I'm going to lay that where I want it to go, and then just pick that up, and then I can straighten it out in a minute once I've added my glue to the back of that. That's the benefit of working with glue rather than tape. Because tape, once it's stuck, isn't it? So we'll bob that one on there. I know I'm working way out of the way again. I've done it again. Sorry. I get so engrossed. I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. Not for too long, but things are so clear with my right eye. I'm shocked wearing sunglasses most of the time. That's what my friend said when she had hers done. It was the colours and everything was so clear and bright. It's very clever what they can do, isn't it? Right, so that's going to go on there. Get some 3D foam. A few little snippy bits. And just to remind you, this collection is Meadow Dreams. And it is on the Crafty Witches website. I know Kevin has put a link further up on the comments. So if you have a quick scroll back, you'll be able to find a link direct, or just go on to craftywitches.co.uk. And I have to warn you that once you're there, you might find that your fingers start itching because there are so many beautiful collections to be playing. And, of course, I don't know any crafter that can go, oh yes, I'll just have one. Most of us are the same, aren't we? Right, I've got a little bit of 3D foam, which I'm just going to pop onto the back of his wings. This is in place of glue gel, because I've nearly run out. So if I stick that down and hold onto that bit, just give that a press. He actually looks like he's at an angle. And then I've got the other little fella here, so I'll pop a little bit of glue there. And another little bit. Elizabeth is saying, I love all the Crafty Witches kits. They're all fabulous, aren't they, Elizabeth? It's like there are so many of them. And, I mean, I think there's literally something for everybody on the website now. I'd not been on the website for a while. And I went on the other day and I was there ages looking at everything that's on there. All the different collections and SVGs as well. Maddie said, that's me. I'll look for one and end up with a dozen. Well, don't we all? But it's the price as well. Because if you're going to buy a paper collection, then what, £26, £27? And then, of course, you've got your postage as well. So if I'm buying something off Crafty Witches, you've got to factor in the fact that the postage is probably going to be £3.99, which is a collection. So you can have an extra one because you're not paying any postage. See, what did I do with that sentiment? Here it is. And it's secret. because it goes straight into your inbox and no one need know. No hanging around waiting for Hermes to turn up and bray on the door and go, I've got a parcel for your missus. None of that. Or your mister. No. Downloads are so affordable. They are. And it's what you can do with them as well. It's all the extra bits that you can do. Right, that one I'm going to set at an angle. Like so. And apologies that it's back to front. But that is because of the fact that I've got forward-facing camera on. And that's because I can then just turn the phone round to talk to you. Right, I'm going to bob that round about there. So a couple of these little leaves can go in the back. I'm doing this off camera again. I'm so sorry. I did say, last time I did one of these lives, I did say next time it'll be so much better. Yeah, okay. Right, that can go round about there. I'll press that one down. Just give that a little twitch so I can still see it says happy birthday. And then I've got the ribbon bow. So if you remember, I did the little curve there. That's quite a while ago because I know I have been yapping for a long time. What I'm going to do is take some 3D foam, snip it down and then pop it into that little curve bit. So that's going to give that little bit of support. Like so. Just get rid of those little excess bits. And then a little bit of glue just into the middle. And then if I move that in there, I'm just going to place that around about there and then press that down. So this is basically a leftovers card, so it's all your little bits and bobs. And then of course we need a few little bits of sparkle, so just a little bit of glitter onto the wings. There we go. So that is the second card. I did promise two, didn't I? And I did one in the room earlier, which is that one. There we go. So you can hopefully be able to see them both together. There we go. So if you have bought this kit, I hope you're going to show us some pictures. And if you've crafted along, which you probably haven't because it started late, but if you have, then please do share pictures. I'm going to give you a quick whiz round now so you can, there you go. See how it's there? I did that. It's dead quick. Come here. There you go. Right, in the right place. Whoops. It doesn't want to stay in the right place. There we go. Yeah. Oh, can you see it up there? There. That's my Poppy. Now, Poppy is the reason why I craft, because when I lost Poppy, she was only 7, bless her. She had kidney problems, and it was such a shock, and it was so sudden that Graham bought me a crafting kit to keep my mind occupied. So Poppy is the reason why I craft. There you go. I know we've all got stories why we craft, haven't we? And then you'll see there's just a few bits and bobs that I've made behind me. I try and keep it quite neat and tidy there because I know you can see it. I'm not showing you the rest of it because it is an absolute dump. And don't forget, I do my crafting in here. And it's also where the printer is, printing, and it's the ironing place. And it's all my sewing as well, which is a bit bonkers. Hold on a minute. You know what I was saying earlier about doing cross stitches? I've got them here because I washed and ironed them. I did. Oh, I don't want to get glitter on them. Let's move those out of the way. So when I was having to sit with my foot in the air for goodness knows how long, my friend sent me that. Ignore the dirty paw print. That was Tilly after I'd washed and ironed it. But it's one of those cross stitches that's got, it's printed, so you don't have to count it. But look at the back. Look how neat and tidy I was. It's like, that's never, I'm never that tidy normally, but because that took me a week, so I then got this one. Isn't that adorable? And it just looks like my little Poppy. And it looks like my little Tilly with a beautiful face. And at the moment I'm making a lion. He's multicoloured like that. But I made a mistake because I went for the cheaper one, Skinflint, and got 11 point instead of 14 points. So he's tiny. So I bought some. It actually ended up costing me more because I had to buy some more reading glasses that were stronger so I could see the holes. Never mind. Anyway, apologies again about the little brief hiccup for the first hour. I don't know whether you can actually view a room again or if it's just something that happens there and then, but I know that this particular one, what Kevin does is he takes it and he waves the magic wand and says, "Izzy wizzy, let's get busy," and it goes on YouTube, so you can see it again. So if there's anything, apart from talking about food, obviously, if there's any of the crafty bits that you want to view again, then you can do, because it'll be on YouTube for you on the Crafty Witches YouTube channel. I'm going to have a word with our Linda and see what we've got coming up. See if we could do another Facebook Live soon, because it is nice to get together. But if I don't see you before next Saturday, which I know it's Coronation Day, but I have to tell you that you will be all coronationed out. You'll need a break. You'll need some crafty love. So next Saturday, I think it's 6 and 7 p.m, but watch this space. We've got Blue Blooms, which is what I've been sneaky peeking through this, and I will get shot probably for telling you. But yeah, 2 hours on Hobby Maker. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, Denise, hello. She's saying, just found you again after watching you earlier, so I've missed this. Love the digital kits. Could do with some for the teenagers and men soon, please. Thanks, Hels. Watch this space is all I'm going to say. Also, Denise, do have a look on the Crafty Witches website, because there are loads. There's a shopping trolley full of collections on there. There are some for chaps and there are some for the little ones as well. So do have a look. It's craftywitches.co.uk. If you hop on over there, you'll be able to see everything that we've got. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend, and do join me on Saturday next week in the evening for some Blue Blooms. See you later.